Hey everybody, it's me, Comic Crack. I'm using the app on my phone, so if you are there in the chat, I don't see you. I will see you in the comments, but I won't be able to see the chat. So holy crap, look at this. There's a tiny stack of books here. I haven't made it to New Comic Book Day for a number of weeks now. I'm 3 weeks, just finishing my third week of my new job. And I figured today would be a great day to head down to the shop as I was out visiting sets and productions and things. It's been just a few weeks and I just haven't had, I don't know, I really haven't had the time. I haven't also really, to be honest, had the desire to go and get the new books. There is one book that came out this past Wednesday, though, that really was the linchpin for me going down to pick up my books. And then once I started digging through the stack that I had available, there was, as you'll see, many more that I've just got to catch up on. The first one I'm excited about here is The Assignment, and it's issue number 2. I guess all of the issues are going to be this kind of double size. I had a little flip through. I'm excited about this story. I really like the first issue. I know that there's some people with questions about how they're portraying the main character, and I can completely understand where that's coming from. I'm okay if they use it as kind of a exploitive kind of thing. I think that kind of sticks with this genre of crime story. But that said, I don't know that is what they're using it for. I haven't read the second issue. I just got home. I didn't get an idea either way from the first issue of how they were going to address the main character's change, basically. A couple of things that kind of stood out as I was flipping through. I'm not crazy seeing this kind of shit here. Not too keen on, there's a poster in the middle, that seems kind of odd. The advertisements and stuff are fine. I completely understand wanting to advertise for your company. I'm getting less, there's a nice shot of, oh yes, cover D. There's cover C, there's cover B, there's cover A, so here's all the covers that you could have got. I'm not crazy about that. I mean, I've never been a fan of multiple covers anyway. It's not like I take a very strong stance against it, because when I do have a choice, if they are for cover price, the other covers, I do enjoy sometimes digging through the covers and picking out one that I like more than the others. But I don't know. I mean, whatever. I understand it's a business. I understand they're wanting to sell their comics. I just hope that they don't fall too hard into that kind of framework, because that's mildly irritating for me today. And tomorrow it might not bother me, but for now, right now, looking through this, it was mildly irritating. So that's that one. Next is Peepland number 4. The last issue didn't do too much for me, so we'll see where this one lands. Yeah, I mean, I am enjoying the hard case crime. I'm glad that they exist. This is just my least favorite out of them. One that I'm really excited for is Triggerman number 5. Yeah, not much to say about this. I mean, it's a fantastic book. Let me just actually look. Advertisement for a book on the first page is fine. Yeah, see, they don't do that here at the beginning. Here's all the covers. I'm sure they have them at the back, though. Oh, an interview with Walter Hero. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. So a brief cover gallery there. I kind of like that cover. See, and here we go, right? I like that cover. Anyway, there's that. I felt like there was something else I was going to say about those, but it's fine. If it's not there, it's not there. Shadows on the Grave by Richard Corbin. I like the first issue. Again, it's one of those books I can completely understand the people out there who weren't necessarily big fans. I like this stuff, and again, I think it goes back to the undergrounds that I'm kind of steeped in this past year or so. This to me really is a throwback to his work that he did with some of the underground horror anthologies, a bunch of short black and white stories, kind of in a horror type vein. Are they all horrific and scary? No, but I mean, it's let's be honest. Are a lot of those stories from then, if you read them now, are they really that scary to you? I don't know. It's more about a mood. It's more about the art. Anyway, it's Richard Corbin. It's issue 2. I have it on my pull list. I'm sticking with it. One that he threw in the box for me that I don't know. Again, I do know that there's stuff coming out that I'm missing out on. I just honestly don't really have the inclination to keep up as closely with new books. Yeah, so this one he threw in there, and I thought I'd give it a shot because when I flipped through it, looked pretty good. It's a 4-issue Southern crime romance from Image called Loose Ends. This is number 1. I had to flip through it. I really liked the art quite a bit and the coloring, so that's all that it sold me on. And then plus it being a mini-series, it's also sold me on it. I know that's a conversation that's been floating around too. I enjoy miniseries. I will go for a miniseries before I'll go for a long-running series now. And again, it's one of those things that fluctuates for me, but especially when it comes to new comics, there's so much out there, as we've all had the conversation a million times about, and I've told you a million times not to exaggerate. I'm going to go for something that's a limited series before I'm going to go for something that looks like it's going to go long term. Not to say that I shy away from those, but I will try out a mini series before I try out another long term series. And again, I mean that changes depending on the weather sometimes. Kill or Be Killed number 6. How can I pass this up? I couldn't pass it up. That's the thing. I started looking through the stack, and it's like, holy shit, I'm really far behind on some books that I really want to read. I mean, I'm not going to bore you too much with this. We all know this book. You all know my love for Brubaker and Phillips and Breitweiser. Yeah, I'm really digging it. This was the book that got me wanting to run down to the comic shop, Crime Destroyer. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. The all-time comics line is here, and I am so goddamn excited about this. Josh Baer, who I know from some of the kind of small press comics world, I have a number of his stuff. Maybe it's time for a look back video at some of Josh Baer's stuff. He's the guy that kind of wrote this world. From what I understand, it's a series of one-shots. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. This particular one is Herb Trimp, or Herb Trimpy. And then the inks by the one and only Benjamin Marra. I saw somebody talking about this on a video, and as they were flipping through, it's 100% Benjamin Marra. I mean, it's one of those instances where the original artist can really get hidden. Obviously, there's going to be a draw for some people to come to this series because of the artist. Now, when you get into this kind of coloring and this kind of inking, in my mind, this is a Benjamin Marra book. So Herb's art is kind of not lost, because if you look at the details, sorry, the phone is answering. There we go. When you get into these kind of details, you can see that it's not Benjamin Marra's penciling, but I feel like the art is so overshadowed by the coloring and Benjamin Marra that it looks like one of his books. And for me, that's not a bad thing, because I love his style and I really enjoy his books, and this just looks like absolute eye candy. I completely am in love with this book. Oh, Shaky Kane. Oh, come on. So great. Oh, yeah, so Prison Pit. So I think it is a Johnny Ryan cover. In Memoriam by Josh Baer. So there we go. So I'm really excited for this line. I'm so incredibly looking forward to it. Very, very, very excited that it's here. holiday costumes. Hilarious. I'm looking forward to it. Arclight number 4. I was following this series before when it was part of the 8 House line, and it was one that I really enjoyed, and I so loved the artwork by Churchland. Is it Marion Churchland, Art and Colors. Story Brandon Graham. I was so in love with the artwork. It was such a joy to read and just look at. So I'm excited that this didn't just completely disappear. I know this is a couple of weeks old at this point, probably creeping up on a month old probably. But yeah, so I couldn't resist. Another one I'm really enjoying is this Ether. This is issue number 4. Another flip through that sucker. Beautiful to look at yet again. The story is pretty entertaining as well. There you go. Mother Panic. I'm behind on some Young Animal. I think actually they forgot to put a Cave Carson in my pull box, but I'm not sure. So Mother Panic number 3, which I think is the newer one. I didn't look at the racks at all today. That's the thing. Because I'm so behind, I wanted to put a dent into my subscription box that they have for me. So I didn't want to even look through the store. So Mother Panic number 3 and Shade the Changing Girl number 5. Love this book. Love this book. Yeah, so there we go. That's it, my friends. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you were in the chat, again, sorry I couldn't respond. We are filming this on the phone there. So thanks very much for watching and tuning in, and we'll talk to you real soon.